and welcome to the first of a series of videos on doing craft which will help with our mental well-being, with isolation, and keep us occupied for a while. I'm Mary from Flowers by Mary, and I won't only be doing flowers, I will do lots of different crafts in each of the series. So this week I thought I would show you how to make a little flower pot, and here are a few that I have made for some of my lovely customers. So may look very complicated, but I can assure you that they're not. They're in a pot. These are in a mug. See, very simple, just a few flowers. Just a few more. So these were just made up. See? So I'll give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to do it, and then you can just follow it yourself. So I've got a few utensils that we can work with, and these are what you will need. You'll need some oasis, or a nice chunky piece of polystyrene is fine. That will, as long as you can jam it into your pot that you use. You'll need some form of wire cutters if you're going to cut the flowers down. Maybe a scissors and a knife to cut the oasis or the polystyrene. Now I have got just a few flowers here. I've got a peach, a purple, a pink and a white. You can have whatever you want. And also I've got a bit of greenery and white to fill in between the flowers. You can do what you want. There's usually quite a bit of greenery on the flower bunches that you buy. You buy what you like, you make up your own design. I'll just give you a few tips on how to put it all together. So I have got a mug, I've got a pot, and I've even got a little glass one. But I'm going to use the pot today, so put them over there. So I have this little pot, not very big. You can have a big one if you want to, and put lots of flowers in. The method of how you put the flowers into a pot is all that counts. And the thing is, there is no rules on how you should put flowers into a pot. But I'll give you a few tips on how, when somebody comes into your home and says, "Oh, that's nice, where did you buy that from?" "Well, I made it myself." And I go, "Oh, wow, that's fabulous." Because you have to, easy if I just show you. I'm not very good at explaining. Right, so the first thing you need to do is to work out your oasis or your polystyrene to fit in your pot. So what I normally do is measure it across the top of the pot like that, and then just cut it ever slightly smaller than that gap. Okay, and then I'm going to see now this will actually, because I've turned it around, squash down into my pot. So I don't need to glue it or nothing. What I'm going to do though is to cut this off. You can do it in the pot or take it back out and do it outside the pot. And then just push it in, so it's just ever so slightly under the rim of the pot so that you can't see it. Okay? Right, so I don't think I'm going to need my cutters because I think most of these flowers will probably be the right length. Now the few tips I'm going to share with you is that the general thing that we use is normally do your flowers in odd numbers. So 3, 5, 7, 9. I'm going to use 3s. Also do your flowers opposites. So you can do 2s. So they'll be opposite in the pots. So if I show you what I mean. Right, so if I bring this up to the video, I have one in the middle, which is pinpoint. Then I have opposites, look. So I have some that are the same. So that one and that one match, that one and that one match, that one. So see how they are opposite to each other. Okay? You'll get the hang of it now as you put it all together. Right, so first of all, I want to centre so that people's eyes will just go to where you're going to put them. So, like I say, you can use any colours you like. These 4 colours go to wherever white goes with everything. These 4 colours go well together. So peaches, purples and pinks. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use my purple flower and I'm going to put it right in the centre of my pot. Okay? And then just push it down to how tall you want it to be. So mine is going to be there. If it doesn't sit where you want it, just twiddle the stem around. That's one thing with artificial flowers, you can't mess about with them. So that is going to be the height. So now I'm going to do it as if it's going to go down like that. So the flowers drop away from the main flower. So I now have, let me have a look, I have 3 peach and I have 3 pink, quite big flowers. So I'm going to use these deep pink first, and I'm going to put them in an angle. And then put one there, and look, it's ever so slightly shorter than the other one. And then I'm going to put it, so think of a triangle, push it into the same height and the same on the back. So if you look, I have a triangle with my big main flower in the middle. So what I want to do now is fill in between those. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use these lovely little pink peach roses. So again, triangle in between. Try and keep it to just about the same height as the one you've just put in. And if you go wrong, because they're artificial, they're so easy, just pull them back out and put them back in. You can disturb this oasis quite a bit without damaging it, not like the fresh flowers. Okay, and then just pull them about a bit so that they all sit in between you. So say I have one main one, 3 peach, triangle, 3 pink, triangle. Okay, and see how they go down from each other? Right, now I don't really think that I want any more big flowers in, so I'm not going to use those, but if you want to fill it out even more, that's fine. So whatever you have, you can put in between. So now I'm going to do a few opposites just to give a bit of contrast. So I have 2 little pink flowers, and I'm going to put that one in there. And that one in between there. So see, I now have opposites. And then I'm going to use 2 pink ones and put those on the, where I put those there and there, I'm going to put these now in between the others. If you notice, I'm going down slightly and making them go down the vase. So now I have, so let me show you up close. So I have my main flower, I have my triangle of pink, I have my triangle of peach, I have my opposites, and I have my opposites underneath the leaves. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you look at it. Now believe it or not, you can do that with any kind of flower. So because I have a few gaps, and because you can see all the oasis in the bottom, you want to hide that. I don't want to bring any more flowers down and around, but if you wanted to, let me see, like this one, like the yellow. See, I have brought them down slightly more. They're still up in the air, but now I'm going to fill it in with all the greenery underneath to hide the oasis. So usually you can take the greenery off your flowers, or if you buy 1 or 2 stems of something. Now I've got an assortment here. A lot of these I have taken off other flowers that I have used and still have these left over. So now they're going to be called, they're your fill-ins, because you're going to fill in between what you've done. Now I've got, let me see, because I don't know what I have, so I'm going to work out what will go where. Okay, I've got 3 of these, so I am going to put these underneath the peach flower. Came off the stem. Let me put it back on. Need my glasses for this. So, and as you can see, so far I haven't had to cut anything, but if you need to, I'll show you now when I've got this one in. Right, so I've got that one in under that peach one. And then if you need to cut the stems, all you have to do is, to be safe, to be safe, you put it in between your fingers, so you've got your fingers on the end, like that, on the very end, and like that, and then cut. I'm left-handed, so it's awkward. Cut in between, and then you don't get that flying around and catching you in the face. Right, so I've put that one under that peach one, so I'm going to put this one under this peach one, and I'm going to put this one so already underneath of my pot is filling up. So I'm just going to take bits of greenery now and just fill in between. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's green. It doesn't have to be green. You can put little tiny flowers in there if you want to. And you don't have to stand up to do this. I just like to stand up. You can sit down. So, you know, if you suffer with your back or your legs or anything, and you can't stand for a very long time, then sit down and do it. I was going to get a chair, but I moved them all out of the way to do this. Right, so I'm just filling in with lots of little bits, just to fill the bottom up. And to bring them down the pot, then obviously cut your stems. Most of these are already cut because they've been so as you can see, very slowly the bottom is filling up, and they're also hanging down the side of the pot. So I'll just keep going with a few more. I think it's just put in what you've got. Doesn't matter how many you have, or if you haven't got enough greenery, then cut the stems on your flowers. Cut your stems on your flowers, and so take your flowers right down to the edge of the pot. So then you haven't got to worry about if you haven't got enough foliage to go in with your flowers. I'm just filling in. I'm one of those people, I just fill in every single gap because that's the way I am. Right, I think that's enough. Need one more piece, that's all to go in there. Okay. So, what you have now is greenery all the way around the bottom and your flowers on the top. And as you can see, you don't need to glue them or anything. They will just stay in. If you're going to move them, I do, when I do flowers for people, I do hot glue them all in the oasis into the pot, and I hot glue all the flowers into the oasis so that nothing will move when it's being posted. Right, now I just think at the top, what I like, I love this stuff, like baby's breath. So I use this an awful lot in my flower displays. So all I'm going to do now is stick a few bits of baby's breath. One of my favourite flowers. One off and just have the baby's breath. And I also have, oh, I've got some more in here. Right. And you can buy those, the baby's breath, on little stems. And there's usually about 8-10 pieces on a stem. So you've got plenty to fill more than one pot. You can usually go for about 2. I do need one more piece. Oh, I haven't got one, so I'm just going to use that for now, and I'll change it later. There we are. So that is your pot of flowers. All you've done, and that is simple enough for you to do. Anybody can do that, okay? So you have one main flower, a triangle of one colour, a a triangle of another colour, which can be the same as that one. You don't have to have loads of different colours. Just have one colour, 2 shades, or even a white. A white will fill an awful lot in for you. And then I put all greenery around the bottom because I like to fill my pot all the way around. And if you haven't got enough greenery, like I said, cut the stems, and then your flowers will come to the top of your pot, and then you won't need so much. And then because I love baby's breath, I have put that all in between. So that's what you get. So I hope you'll have a go and try, and maybe post on the page what you have made. Okay, so next time I'm going to do something Christmassy, maybe some Christmas angels, easy tree angels, and maybe something simple like out of a book card. But I will let you know what you need before the craft, or you can watch the video and go and get them and then go back and follow the video to do them. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you will have a go, and I'm sure it will fill many hours of your time for you. Like, that doesn't take me long, but I've been doing it for years. It doesn't matter how many hours it takes you to do it, doesn't matter how many times you take them out of the pot and put them back in. It's your design. I would love to see some if you put them up on the page. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.